Right now at 6, the man accused of hiding a body in La Crosse faces federal drug and gun charges.
And a local college celebrates their 75th anniversary.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
8 people have been injured in a school bus crash near Hudson. The accident involved students from DeLong Middle School on their way to the Orpheum Theater in Minneapolis for a field trip. That crash happening on I-94 at around 10:40 this morning. According to Eau Claire Area School District officials, 6 students, 1 chaperone, and the bus driver sustained minor injuries. 2 students were taken to the hospital, 1 with a cut lip and another for precautionary measures. The accident is currently under investigation by law enforcement.
A man accused of hiding a body in La Crosse has been sentenced on federal drug and gun convictions. A federal judge sentenced 44-year-old Benjamin Thorson to 7 years in prison with 3 years of supervised release on each of his 2 counts. Thorson was indicted on drug delivery and felony firearm possession charges. He pleaded guilty as part of a plea deal. His sentence comes as he also faces charges of hiding the body of Julia Hedum, who was found dead near the Bud Hendrickson Trail last July. That case has yet to play out in circuit court. The time from case will be added to his current sentence.
The city of La Crosse is seeing an increase in vehicle break-ins and vehicle theft.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain spoke with La Crosse Police Department officials on how you can prevent this from happening. Good evening, Michael.
Ken and Emily, I'm here in the Washburn neighborhood where many of these thefts and break-ins have occurred. Now, Sergeant Brooke Pataska of the La Crosse Police Department is puzzled by the recent surge in city activity, suggesting that the pleasant weather might be enticing more residents outdoors. If you leave your vehicle running or your keys inside, folks might try to take advantage of the situation. She says the police department wants to make more people aware of this issue.
You do even see someone who's taking a vehicle or breaking into a vehicle, we don't want you to apprehend them. We don't want you to put yourself in that dangerous situation. Call police, call us, let us know. And the best thing you can do is just get a good description.
The police department recommends parking your car in a well-lit area and taking all your valuables with you. She says most of these cases have occurred in downtown La Crosse or on Jackson Street. Reporting live in La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 8 Now.
All right. Good things to keep in mind. Thank you, Michael. And as he mentioned, it has been pleasant weather for these break-in opportunities to occur for those people. But the weather is going to be seeing a shift, Greg.
Yeah, it's going to be it's typical spring. We can't have a long stretch of nice weather here, especially since we're in April and May, and it is kind of severe season too. So we're going to see a little bit of that going on. But for today was actually fantastic weather. Still is fantastic for this evening. Temperatures in the 60s, about where we should be really for this time of year. For this evening, no issues at either location. That wind apart picking up from the southeast, otherwise mainly clear skies, getting back down to 51. It'll be a milder overnight than we've had recently. Same story for Eau Claire, once again getting back down to 51 with that southeast wind beginning to pick up. Right now you see temperatures overall 60s, a lot of places actually got to the upper 60s further west, but you can start to see some cloud cover beginning to approach from the west. That's really going to be the story later tonight, is just increasing clouds overnight as temperatures begin to fall back into the 40s, but the rain is going to hold off probably past the morning commute as you can see it out to the west, not quite in getting here by 6 a.m. So that's the positive news, at least for the morning commute. But it becomes a different story for the rest of Friday. We're going to time out kind of when we're going to see thunder showers and thunderstorms, maybe severe or not for Friday. But this goes on for Saturday, Sunday, and all the way through Monday. So I'll break that down for you a bit later in the broadcast.
Quite a wet stretch, right? Thank you, Greg. Well, voters in Wisconsin's 94th Assembly District could have a rematch on their ballots this fall. Ryan Hipsch announcing his bid for the state assembly as a Republican. He ran in 2022 against Democrat incumbent Steve Doyle, who won by a razor-thin margin of about 800 votes. Doyle has held the 94th seat since 2011. Hipsch says he's running again because it's time for a fresh perspective in Madison.
We need to have common sense, a new generation, and push out some of the unfortunately, we have some leaders who have either reached or well past their retirement age. I think it's time to push those out and come in with a new generation.
The 94th District lines are slightly different this time around after Governor Evers signed new maps into law this year, now including the north side of La Crosse and the Galesville and Ettrick areas. But the district still remains a roughly 54% lean Republican seat.
A double anniversary celebration today at Minnesota State College Southeast. The campus is celebrating two milestones: the 75th anniversary of Minnesota State College Southeast in Winona and the 50th anniversary of its campus in Red Wing. The first Southeast class took place in 1949. Since then, the campus has grown significantly as a community and technical college for learners of all backgrounds. The president of the college says there's a few reasons for their growth.
We meet our students wherever they are, and we help them to get to their goal in the least amount of time, paying the least amount of debt. And we put resources in place for every step so that it makes it simple and achievable.
The celebration continues tonight with a mixer from 4 to 7 p.m. So you have about an hour. There will be hors d'oeuvres, beverages, anniversary cake, and live music. It's open to the public and is free to attend.
A memorial service in Washington, D.C. is honoring the 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers killed in an Israeli strike in Gaza. Mourners gathered at the National Cathedral in Washington for an interfaith celebration of life. Chef and philanthropist Jose Andres eulogized the 7 men and women who worked for the relief organization he founded. He had a special message for their families.
But I promise you, we will not forget what they did for the hungry and for the world. Their example should inspire us to do better.
Those aid workers were killed April 1st when strikes from Israeli drones hit their convoy as they headed out on a food delivery mission in Gaza. Israel dismissed 2 officers for the deadly mistake that sparked worldwide condemnation.
The New York Court of Appeals has overturned Harvey Weinstein's sex crimes convictions. The court ordered a new trial. The disgraced Hollywood producer was convicted in 2020 of first-degree criminal sexual act and third-degree rape. He was sentenced to 23 years in prison. According to the appeals court ruling, the trial court allowed testimony about prior alleged sexual acts that portrayed Weinstein in a prejudicial light, and it should not have been included. The Manhattan District Attorney's Office says it plans to retry its case and remains committed to survivors of sexual assault. Weinstein is still not a free man, though. Last year, he was sentenced in Los Angeles to 16 years in prison for charges of rape and sexual assault. The election with no names.
A Buffalo County community didn't have anyone run for mayor this spring. A look at declining participation in rural local government after this.
I remember coming home from school and pounding on the door, but my mother wouldn't answer. She'd be passed out inside. You know, my mother had a drug abuse problem. She struggled with addiction to prescription pills her whole life. But today with fentanyl, one pill, just one pill can kill. So I've worked with Republicans to stop the flow of fentanyl that's poisoning families across Wisconsin. I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message. This fight hits close to home.
At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're celebrating 99 years with a huge store-wide savings event. We've worked with top manufacturers like Flexsteel, Stressless, Smith Brothers, and Canada to bring you our best prices. And there's more, like special financing or a substantial cash discount, even free delivery. Now for a limited time only. 99 years, 4 generations, and the same family bringing you quality furniture at affordable prices. The 99th anniversary sale is happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
A1 Vacuum Sales and Service has been part of the La Crosse area for 75 years, and so we thank you for that opportunity and for supporting the area's largest vacuum store for all these years. Our mission is to provide great service and offer quality products that stand the test of time, and we will continue to be part of this wonderful area we call home. Leave a legacy that isn't plastic in a landfill and support the store that supports you. Thank you for your business.
A1 Vacuum. Our business is picking up.
Running for state and federal office is as popular as ever these days. But as I found out in Buffalo County, local office just doesn't have the same appeal. Well, behind me is Fountain City, the oldest settlement in all of Buffalo County, the River Bluff capital of the world, and home to just over 800 people. The only problem here is nobody seems to want to run for mayor. Fountain City's streets are quiet this time of year. You might find some county residents stopping by to have lunch, play cards, or at City Hall, some pickleball. You will not find anyone who put their name on the ballot for mayor this spring.
Honestly, it was a surprise. I figured somebody would run.
You want an 87-year-old woman running the town? It's been worse.
So in April, all 82 Fountain City votes were write-ins. The top candidate, a 75-year-old former Fountain City mayor who told City Hall he'd like to stay retired. The city then turned to another popular name, 46-year-old Ben Adank.
Really running for mayor was the furthest thing from my mind.
Adank is CEO for IT company Itecra out of Winona. He's no stranger to local government. He was once chair for the town of Milton, just up the road from Fountain City.
There's really no honeymoon period to this because my phone has been ringing and I've run into people in the community and there's all sorts of wonderful ideas.
He's a smart guy. I think he's going to do a real good job.
But if there wasn't a Ben Adank willing to step up, the city could be in a real pickle.
I think people in our community really do care and are passionate about the issues of the community, but they just don't want to serve.
Jeff Maston is a retired teacher now renovating a riverfront restaurant in the city. He says Fountain City is just a local example of a national problem.
Political leadership is very polarizing in our society today, and so it can be something that divides our community. So I think people stay away from it. I think we need to continue growing future leaders so we don't end up in these situations any longer.
And for Chaplesky, it's a reminder that democracy only works when the people are paying attention.
I think we all have a responsibility to be informed and involved when the opportunity presents itself. It's easy to slack off going, oh, it's snowing outside, I don't feel like going out, whatever. No, that vote counts.
So Adank will serve a 2-year term. He will get paid $85 per city council meeting and then $70 for every committee meeting. And he thinks he'll be open to staying on when that 2-year term is up. President Biden announcing big changes for climate change today. Why some are calling it one of the most significant environmental actions to date in just a few minutes.
And it's going to be dry and quiet tonight. Stormy weather returns for Friday and beyond. I'm going to break down when to expect the storms, if they're going to be strong or severe, how much rain we'll get, and when eventually will dry out. That all coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We've all seen what's happening at our border. President Biden and Senator Baldwin's open border policy has brought more than 10 million illegal immigrants into our country. That's double the population of Wisconsin. Our country was already struggling to provide housing and health care to our citizens. And tragically, we're losing over 100,000 Americans a year to the drugs that pour over our open border. Their policy is wrong. I'm Eric Hovde. I approve this message, and I'll work to fix this problem.
Hey, Dad, look.
Us.
This is the magma chamber.
This isn't us, is it? When did we get so connected to our devices and so disconnected from each other?
She's not answering.
What? And when our phones have turned us into this,
LT,
what do you do when you're a company that sells them?
we gotta fix this.
It's time to find what we're missing. Join us in taking a break from our devices. Take the phones down for 5 challenge for 5 days, 5 hours, or even just 5 minutes.
Feels good.
And let's find us again. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Gutters and gutter protection. New seamless steel fascia gutters. New K-style aluminum gutters. Available in 25 colors and gutter protection to keep your gutter clean. Seamless steel siding, insulated vinyl siding, standard vinyl siding. Soffit, fascia, and window trim. The Board Store Home Improvements, making aging homes new again for over 30 years. Superior products installed correctly for less than most others. New windows, door, a deck, or sunroom. The Board Store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse.
I've always been a storyteller.
I capture those beautiful moments, things other people miss. My health took an unexpected turn, but my care team put my needs in focus, designing solutions to support my ambitions. Now that's just a footnote in my journey, a small part of a story that's still being written. UW Health, remarkable.
The Honda you want is here. Get a great offer on the stylish HR-V or the Civic. Which car and driver called fun to drive? There's never been a better time to drive in the moment with Honda. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Well, it's labeled as one of the most significant environmental actions to date. The Biden administration finalizing new rules for power plants. It compels coal and new natural gas power plants to either cut or capture 90% of their climate pollution by 2032. The Environmental Protection Agency's rules also require safer disposal of toxic wastewater and coal ash. These changes are expected to reduce the carbon dioxide emissions from the sector by 75% compared to its peak in 2005. The EPA estimates they'll prevent nearly 1.4 metric tons of planet-warming pollution from entering the atmosphere through 2047. That's equal to taking 330 million gas cars off the road for a year.
The U.S. economy cooled more than expected in the first quarter of the year, but it remained healthy by historical standards. The Commerce Department reports gross domestic product, which measures all the services and goods produced in the economy, rose by 1.6% in the first quarter. That's the weakest pace of growth since the second quarter of 2022, when the economy contracted. It's a steep slowdown from the fourth quarter's 3.4% rate, and also much less than economists expected. Economic growth has slowed steadily over the past 12 months. That bodes well for lower interest rates, as although the Federal Reserve has made it clear it's in no rush to cut rates. Well, an absolutely gorgeous day outside. I went for a run and I did not want to go back inside.
I know.
I stayed out a little longer, did some stretches, let the cats out.
Very nice.
But it is going to be a weekend where we're going to have to be a little bit more indoors, according to Greg. So let's send it over to him for the latest.
Yeah, definitely the whole weekend won't be a washout, but there'll be a lot of periods where, yeah, you're going to have to be battling showers and thunderstorms, especially come Sunday, and could be strong or severe, definitely. But for the good news for tomorrow, the morning commute still looks dry, breezy, but still should be dry. The rain or showers come in after that. Noon hour looks kind of showery and windy, and then the afternoon, evening activity thing, we're looking at storms and windy conditions, and that'll continue. It's not going to be an all-day washout, but there will be periods when you will get wet. But for tonight, really, it's just going to be increasing clouds, and temperatures kind of fall back in the 40s. It will remain dry, as I mentioned, towards the morning commute. Most of the rain will stay off to the west. It will approach probably after 7 or 8. It will weaken a little bit, so a lot of that thunderstorms will probably become just showers as it moves more northeast. We could see some moderate rainfall, but I think most of it will just be rain. I don't see much in the way of thunderstorms, at least during the morning hour. Eventually, as we get towards noon in the afternoon, this activity kind of lifts north, so areas to the south may see a break by the evening commute, but then we're going to see showers and thunderstorms, and this is where the potential for some strong ones to come in nature, maybe for Friday evening towards Friday night as they kind of develop in Iowa and then rotate up towards the northeast. But once again, spotty in nature. They're not going to be an all-night type rainfall, but definitely want to keep an eye on this activity. Notice the temperatures 50s. They'll actually start rising Friday night into Saturday morning. Severe threat mainly to the south, but once, as I mentioned, southwest areas towards the afternoon or evening hours might see some of these cells get closer to the area. We'll have to keep an eye on that. For right now, the main activity should remain to the south. Now this weekend, kind of two pictures here. We got Saturday, early morning showers. I think there's this dry break between about, late morning through the afternoons, and then more development. And the development's kind of in question exactly where it'll happen, but I think a lot of areas will skip out on precipitation for the most part Saturday until we get to the afternoon and evening hours. Sunday looks a lot more wet for most of the area, and the severe threat mainly is south of I-90. I'll show that in a second. As you go further north, it becomes more just steady rain and some wind, less in the way of thunderstorms as you get all the way up towards Ladysmith. But overall, here's your severe threat for Saturday. it's going to be a sharp cutoff to where you're going to get some thunderstorms and you're not going to get anything at all. So that's what we're going to keep an eye on. Right now it's just to the south and east, but that could change depending on things. I'll show that in a second too, exactly what I mean by that as we go through. But as we look at, there we go. Oop, there it comes. As it kind of skips ahead, we're going to go back there because it kind of skipped right ahead here. Here's all the activity going on Friday night. Rounds and rounds of showers and thunderstorms. Here's the dry slot or dry area that could come in Saturdays. You see right there, lack of cloud cover. Then we see some thunderstorms developing in the afternoon, and that's where the severe threat, well, to keep an eye on how far north this does get. Up to the north, probably more cloud cover, so there will be a pretty big temperature change as we go through tomorrow. And then going into Sunday, that next wave begins to approach Saturday night into Sunday, and that's our next chance for showers and thunderstorms. The severe threat just to our south, but this could change once again, so keep an eye on Sunday too for activity, and that includes also some heavy rainfall. But for tonight, just cloud cover will start increasing towards the morning. Temperatures getting back in the 40s. Should remain dry overnight. We'll see more of the showers come in after the morning commute. Temperatures in the 50s for the most part, that wind, and then the showers and thunderstorms more in the afternoon or evening. We'll keep an eye, see if that gets strong or severe. And then Saturday does look kind of break. You'll see that 77 degrees, but that's going to be a big difference between going down towards Prairie du Chien and the temperature you go north of Eau Claire, depending on cloud cover. And then by Monday, we should start to dry out a little bit. So it's going to be an active stretch of weather, so definitely stay tuned. Have your forecast handy, have your phone up, ready to go for all the thunderstorm activity that we'll see.
Warn Weather app.
That's
ready.
A must-have. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Brewers getting a big hit from an unlikely hero this afternoon, plus a pair of MVC rivals going head-to-head on the softball circle. Rob's highlights are next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Kylie, and I make fresh, delicious Papa Murphy's pizza.
Hi, I'm Zach, and I make the Papa Murphy's pizza.
Sure, that's take and bake. We built it with the freshest ingredients. You bake it fresh in your oven.
By you mean me, so technically, I make the pizza.
Super good pizza, Kylie.
Oh, Kylie, so good. Right now, enjoy big-time taco flavors on a pizza with the limited-time Taco Grande. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Ram is built to serve, and you'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
It's last call on a Hemi V8 1500 during Ram Truck Month. Stop into Pischke Motors now to see our great selection. Ram combines power, technology, comfort, and capability with unparalleled durability, towing, hauling. Ram's V8 Hemi 1500 has you covered. Hurry in before they're all gone for good.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Cooley Carpet has always been more than just carpet, and now the name will reflect that. Cooley Floors and Design. Along with the brand new name, there's a fresh new look to the showroom. Don't worry, Cooley Floors and Design still has the same great team at the same convenient location. Ready to elevate your space? The design consultants will take the time to discuss your dreams, needs, and your budget. Cooley Floors and Design will accompany you through every step from expert advice to professional installation. Visit Cooley Floors and Design on Mormon Cooley Road for a fresh new look.
Buy 2 windows and get 2 free with your home improvement company. Save on energy costs and stay more comfortable with new energy-efficient triple-pane windows. We'll exceed your expectations with stunning design options and top-quality materials, all made in the USA. Call now to get this amazing offer and enjoy 0 money down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2025. Schedule your in-home consultation today to take advantage of these great savings. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
Our high school softball athletes are finally finding their stride. The weather's been great for some action on the circle. We had a pair of MVC rivals going head-to-head this afternoon in La Crosse. Central hosting rival Aquinas today. Riverhawks jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Then the Central defense stepping up in the third. 2 on for the Blue Golds, but Alyssa Brixon lays out for this one. Great catch in foul territory. Home team out of a jam. And the Riverhawks adding some insurance in the bottom of the inning. Brianna Mayer races home. It makes it 6-0 Central. But back come the Blue Golds in the 5th. Ava Fernholtz dunks a base hit in a right. Aquinas on the board at 6-1. And the Blue Golds still battling back. Catherine Salvadelli scorches one in a left field. That gets down for a base hit. 2 runs come in to score. Aquinas puts up a 4 spot in the inning, cuts the deficit to just 2. A great back and forth from these two squads. We'll have a final score later on tonight. What a moment for the Brewers today. Down 1 in the 8th until Gary Sanchez changes that with one swing of the bat. 102 miles an hour from Aroldis Chapman. Didn't matter. 2-run homer for Sanchez. His biggest hit as a Brewer so far. That gives Milwaukee the lead. Brewers tack on 1 more, and they get the split in Pittsburgh as they win the series finale 7-5. Twins looking to complete the 4-game sweep over Chicago. White Sox up 2-0 though in the 6th, but that's when the home run parade began for Minnesota. Edward Julian crushes one to right center for a solo shot, and then it's Ryan Jeffers. This one gets out in a hurry. Great catch from the fan. Twins would take the lead. Homer party continues in the 7th. It's Julian again. This time going Oppo. Second homer of the game for him puts the Twins up 4-2. And the home team was not done. Let's go to the 8th now. Carlos Santana hasn't found the seats yet until today. Deep drive to right center. And that ball is gone. Santana's first of the year puts Minnesota up 5-2. And then how about one more? This time from Jose Miranda. He gets a hold of one to left center. And that ball ain't coming back. Twins complete the 4-game sweep over Chicago. 6-3, the final score. And all eyes will be on the draft tonight. I can't wait.
That's right. Can't wait for the 10.
It's going to be fun.
All right, Rob. Thanks very much.
All right, we'll be right back after this.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you tires and batteries, trust and care, because we get you. So get out on the road and stay safe with quality automotive parts and service at unbeatable prices. Like $100 instant savings when you buy 4 Michelin, BF Goodrich, or Uniroyal tires. 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil start at $22.99 after sale and rebate. And for all your power needs, assorted Blaine's brand vehicle batteries start at $43.99. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
You want to provide something safe and reliable, something that won't break down when they need it and is there to support them in the good times and bad. Purchasing a vacuum is like buying a car. You want the best for what you pay for. A vacuum you can depend on to last years. Don't settle for a cheap big box model when you can get a vacuum that is made to last and does exactly what it needs to do. Visit A1 Vacuum Sales and Service.
A1 Vacuum. Our business is picking up.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
All right, should be dry conditions tonight. Temperatures mild, only in the 40s with increasing clouds, and that south wind will start picking up. But it will be dry for the morning commute. That's the positive. But other than that, it's going to be a wet and windy Friday eventually. Saturday, some breaks. Sunday, the same story. Monday, maybe eventually starting to dry out a little bit. But keep your tune for severe potential on Saturday and maybe Sunday, along with some heavy rain potential too.
Keep your tune.
Keep your tune, yeah. I was like, keep your tune. Everyone keep your tune.
Tune in.
Yes,
Yeah, tune
it's a
in.
new
Good guy.
catchphrase for Greg. Keep your tune, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.